What's up, guys? So we're back yet again for another franchise I want to talk about, which has been long gone for too long, and we're going to be talking about Syphon Filter, obviously, which is seeing on your screens right now. First off, I want to say this: how many of you guys remember this game? How many of you guys remember this game seriously? Because from my experience when I was playing this game, I remember playing it on PS1, and I loved it. I had a when I think back at it now, it was kind of like a forced friend that got me into it. But that was really the only good thing about that friendship. I mean, yeah, he got me some cool stuff, but overall, this franchise was just amazing. You know, like kind of like the whole 007 mixed with Hitman and other things, and meeting badass characters, like Gabriel Logan, Leon Zing, etc. From going to the first one where you're working for the government and you're going after, an international terrorist, and then you're going, against in the second where you form your own little agency and you're going up against the agency you were working for, and a lot of stuff happens. And then the third one, you're going further into that, things of that nature, of different things you did throughout, the first few games that we didn't see even before that, and then continuing it into other games. Now, I've said this before, that these games need to be remastered. I've already said that. I'm gonna stand by it. But unfortunately, this franchise is dead. I mean, I have not seen anything about Syphon Filter in years. There's people my age or older or younger that's playing these games I've seen on TikTok or Twitch or YouTube that are just now figuring out about this game. And I'm like, where were y'all at? Like, for real, like, where were y'all at when you didn't know about this game? I mean, seriously, like, the story, 2 is probably my favorite. 2 was absolutely my favorite because you did your own thing. The story, the acting was amazing, especially, that intro scene. You remember the intro scene where Gabe is just like, trying to get to Leon before she gets abducted, and he's just like tearing, guys down left and right. Dude, that was such a badass scene, and I would love to see that remastered right now because, we need some older games, because the gaming community and the gaming is not the same as it once was. And I'm hoping that someday it's going to go back to just being fun and good stories, good characters, and really make an impact on, life. And that's what I think that this game did. It really brought out everybody's imagination. It really brought out, different stories of, different things. And again, it was kind of cliche back then because, again, we had, like this, and that. And now we have even more stories out there about, ones that are assassins or government agents or whatever that do their own thing. But when exactly are we going to get more Syphon Filter? Seriously, when are we going to get more Syphon Filter? We have not gotten Syphon Filter in years. I think the last one I really played was the one where you can create your own character, and like Gabe actually opened up his own agency and did all that stuff, and I didn't really care for that too much, probably because I was disappointed that Gabe wasn't the main character and you were playing as one of his subordinates. But I really enjoyed the character, and I really enjoyed playing as Leon in like the first and second game, even the third game. I loved it. You can still play it on PS1 too. I can still play it on 4 or 5 if I want to, but I really want to be able to see these characters return at some point, whether it's, on 5 or 6, when PlayStation 6 comes out. I mean, I don't know when exactly, because I remember it was 989 Studios, and it was, I think, PlayStation 2, and then something else like that was helping develop these games. And as far as I know, I think most of the actors are still around, which hopefully they are. And this is a legendary game in my opinion. You guys can agree or disagree with me, that's perfectly fine, but this game was my childhood. It was literally a good part of my childhood. I remember playing a lot of it. It was fun. It probably wasn't the best graphics, and I will admit that. I mean, back then you didn't care about graphics, you cared about the story, you cared about the game. But imagine the graphics that we have today. Imagine seeing Leon Zing. Imagine seeing Teresa. Imagine seeing Gabe Logan. Imagine seeing, the One Chance, or, all these other ones that were villains or protagonists in these stories that we got to play as, and we got to go through the story and go up against, multitude of enemies and crazy boss battles and things like that. I mean, it's crazy when you think about it, because Syphon Filter was on another level. It really showed you, the open world a little bit in a video game, and I'm really hoping at some point we get to see that come back. Now, again, I'm high hoping here, but maybe one day we can see Syphon Filter return to the fold at some point, whether it's a remaster or whether it's a new game. Hopefully it'll be a new game, or maybe they'll just fully remake it. I don't know. I'd prefer a remaster over a remake, but if we do get a remake, hopefully they would do it the right way, and hopefully that they would continue the legacy that Syphon Filter left us before, whatever. But honestly, I think Syphon Filter was just one of those games. It was too big for its time, and also it got love and hate, I think, at the same time, and there was a lot of people that just didn't know existed, and now that people know it exists, a lot of people are wondering, what happened to it. And I think the first 3 games are always going to go down as probably the best in the franchise, in my personal opinion. So, do you guys remember this game? Do you agree with me it's a dead franchise? What's your thoughts on it? Let me know, and I'll see you as always on the next one.